Let's get into it. 2022 felt great, and it was not because of luck. No. I worked at the damn thing from 2015 to 2021. We, my little whānau, worked at all the healing and growth that we needed in order to experience peace and joy. And a 5-figure zero. Some people call $0 in the bank account zero. I've consistently called $50,000 my zero. Consistent meaning the last couple, 2-3 years. 2022 was different. Finally, I didn't have my partner, whānau, colleagues, or acquaintances rumble with me because they felt unearthed by how I say no at a 5-figure bank balance. No. Last year, my husband joined me. It has taken a couple of years to calibrate ourselves, and he agreed that this is the life our children will be raised in. Where a house or two, a 5-figure bank balance, no violence, laughter and love is allowed to be our normal. As a Māori woman and a Niuean Cook Island man, we're allowed to have this as our normal for our mokopuna. I kept building a life, even though my life had a long winter. Once upon a time, in the depth of grief for years, I read something that said, along the lines of, if you keep waiting not to grieve before you live, you could be waiting a long time. Sadly, you may just end up living in your head. So book travel, go on a date, go to a concert, try for a baby, try hanging out with your teenagers and get it wrong. Embarrass yourself by doing lives on Facebook, build a business that's not polished. Do it all, even if you're bad company, miserable, confused, sad, or a bit ashamed. It takes time to grow from grief. After the years have passed and you feel better, at least you'll look back and have done a lot of living, have built a life. I'm a mummy, a wife. I wash nappies and make spaghetti on toast. I take pram walks in the sun, watch my tāne tinker in the shed while I write a blog. We don't travel away from home to earn each day. Our home is our job. This is allowed to be our normal. 2023 boot camp, we won't be spending any of our personal income. Now that we have enjoyed a year of summer, a life of warmth, we are energized to push forward again and stretch ourselves. We have dreams and goals together. Our year is starting with a boot camp challenge for ourselves. I can sense an economic winter coming for New Zealand in 2023 and 2024, if it hasn't already arrived already. So we are going to be grasshoppers and increase our buffer. Our 5-figure zero balance is no longer going to be 50K. We're going to increase that. Not only to keep ourselves well throughout this winter that we can feel coming, but hopefully to support others through the blizzards. This type of boot camp is basically how I've trained myself to have a 5-figure zero, where I consider 50,000 in my personal account as a zero. I bet panicked and I act as if I'm broke at 50K. It feels brutal to go without it first, the style of boot camp I'm going to be doing. But once I get used to it and become desensitized, it's a tool I can lean on without emotional turmoil. It does take training, self-training. There's no charge to follow this journey of mine. There's no prescribed goal either. If $500 is your new zero, then isn't that something to celebrate? What you need to do next is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This isn't one of those tacky, like, please subscribe because I want to be popular. It's just literally YouTube is more nimble for me to be able to share content. Plus, if I have more than 1,000 subscribers, then I can go live from our GoPro camera, which allows me to be able to show you the inside story of how we make living. So our incomes come in and we spend absolutely none of it. We have to find other ways to be able to indulge or have luxuries or buy ourselves things and do any spending, literally down to things like groceries and all that jazz. So that's our 2023. If you can click on the link within this podcast to find your way to my YouTube channel, and let's get on with this journey for the year.